Hello, my name is Ilona. Today it's Friday, November 25th, 2022. I got more of a reaction under a video yesterday on YouTube wondering where my video was from yesterday. I do videos when I feel like it, when I have this feeling that like this inspiration from inside. So it's very intuitive. So it's possible that sometimes I will not do a video, maybe even 2 days, maybe even 3 days. Sometimes things in my life are, in the way, so to speak, or happening. So I do a video when I feel like it. And usually I do like 4 videos a week, maybe even 5, but it completely depends. And especially lately, I've noticed things are just, really aligning with more and more white hat influences. So like with Brazil, we know that the another judge has rejected looking at what has happened with the votes. We know the military will have to step up there. I've of course already looked at Twitter, and we can see now, especially my last video, that really important issues with children are now up front. I see Elon Musk as the face, as more of a used face for Twitter and being used by the white hat influences. Doesn't mean he is a white hat, especially with his background, but at the moment, that's what I'm seeing and that's what's happening on Twitter. I do think things are cleaned out there, things are happening there, and more truth is coming out. The first card reading I did is more Dutch related, because it's someone here in the Netherlands who's been very important in the media. His name is Matthijs van Nieuwkerk. He had a program which was very well watched for a very long time, and now it's coming out that he pretty much was a horrible person behind the scene, and there was really this awful culture, a lot of fear based, and it's now coming out, so he had to stop his work. There's a lot of information coming out. We have another boss, the MPPO, which is actually part of the broadcasting system. He's the boss there. His name is Frans Klein. Actually, temporarily left his task because of everything that's happening with Matthijs van Nieuwkerk. And I looked at this because there were a lot of people here mentioning in the Truthful community, this is just a distraction and they're just trying to distract us from things. I was kind of wondering about that, and the first card I got was the Knight of Swords. The central card was the Ace of Swords. The card in the past is the Empress. Underneath the Ace of Swords we have the Nine of Swords, and for the future we have the King of Wands and the Three of Cups. So to me this feels like a white hat influence. I believe that the white hats opened the attack on certain people in the media here in the Netherlands specifically, but I think it's happening worldwide. I also did like a card reading after this one, worldwide, what's going on in the media worldwide. So I'm going to take a look at that after this. But this is very important. Certain people are in position and they need to be removed. If the truth is going to come out, the real truth, that's what the Ace of Swords is about. It's a new beginning, truth and communication. Then certain people will need to be removed. I do believe that more and more people will be, their heads are going to roll, so to speak. So I think more and more scandals are coming out. And this is really about this fear culture that they kind of nourished there. You have to understand, in the media, this is of course the dark energies were ruling there. So a lot of people, a lot of these puppets bring in a lot of heavy energy. So that there is this culture of fear is very normal to me, obviously. With all these dark energies, they purposely did that. It's also about creating fear in the media, keeping people in a low energy, and obviously working there will keep you in a low energy. But things are changing. The white hats are taking over more and more, and there's reason to celebrate ultimately. But I think people are, how do I say this? They need to be moved from certain places. And I think that's not just happening in the Netherlands. We hear, of course, in America and CNN, a lot of people are kind of just leaving their jobs, resigning, or movement is happening. And it's necessary. We need different people on these positions to change things, so the truth can finally come out, especially the media, who is still part of the dark energies. That is right now the biggest problem for humanity, is the media bringing out all this nonsense. Certain things they will not mention, so people will not know. Certain documentary just came out, very interesting one about sudden death. I also shared it on my Telegram channel, and you can find it on Rumble and other media outlets. More of the independent media, you can find it. But it's not mentioned anywhere in the media. It's not mentioned in the mainstream media. So that's, I think, what's happening here in the Netherlands. I don't see this as a distraction. I see that it's necessary to open up spaces so truth can come out, people can be placed, new people with other influences. So it will have to be destroyed from the inside out. It has to change there, because right now the media is still the biggest issue. So I also looked at the media worldwide, what is going on, not just in the Netherlands, but just worldwide going on with the media. The first card I got was the Page of Wands. The central card is the Tower. We have Temperance in the past. We've got the Five of Wands underneath the central card. And then we have the Knight of Swords again and the Seven of Wands. So to me, this feels like, again, worldwide, the influences of the Whiteheads are coming through more and more. You can see it, of course, in America with Tucker Carlson mentioning things with children, which is big, because the dark energies do not want anything about the children coming out. They've been suppressing that for a very long time. And of course, not just worldwide, we see around the world things are changing. More and more Whitehead influences. It's collapsing. The media, the old system, is collapsing. We have the Tower. It's falling apart, and it's necessary. It needs to crash and burn. We need a completely new system, but there's still fighting going on. They're not going to give up without a fight. So in this instance, I see the Knight of Swords as from the dark energies, they are trying to fight back. But the Whiteheads are in a way better position than they are. So they can easily, just any attempt on an attack is easily done. Because let's see, the Whiteheads are in a far better position to defend themselves and to get rid of all these attacks. But really, the dark energies are trying to create as much chaos as possible still with the power they have, but it's collapsing. It is falling apart. And I do believe that worldwide the media is falling apart. People are starting to see things. People are starting to see that things are staged. We just had recently something here in the Netherlands for a talk show from Eva Jinek. And there were like two, I think they were talking about the thing that's with the World Cup. That had something to do with the World Cup and human rights and things like that. And there was this backlash from people like, well, this is staged. They purposely put those people there, which of course is the case. That's what they want. They want it staged. So it was so staged that other people watching it saw that it was staged. And that's waking up people. So I do believe we have more Whitehead influences. Wouldn't surprise me if that action was a Whitehead action as well. Just to emphasize this. It's breaking down, is getting people out of this hypnosis, hypnotic state, this trance they're in, and starting to understand that what they're seeing in the media is not really what's going on. They've, of course, suppressed a lot of things, and people need to wake up from that. So changes are being made. There's still a fight going on. There's still a fight going on, and they're still trying to gain back control, but they're losing it. And especially when they lose the media, then they've completely lost. Because without the media, without this influence, things are falling apart very quickly, and the truth can finally come out. Very, very important, because we really need to show the truth. There are people who are not going to be able to deal with that, who will not want to hear it, but at least it's coming out. And you can see now more and more things are coming out. The Washington Post did an article about the stinks. that apparently the ones that got stinks actually the ones that end up in hospital. Very important that something like the Washington Post is showing this. So even in the media, more and more influences from the white hat are you can see it. More truth is coming out, and it's necessary. And what people, how they're going to react and what they're going to do with this information will be up to them, but at least they'll be able to see it. And I think especially a lot of people in the truth community, they are waiting for that moment when it's just so obvious that they can finally have a chance to just talk about this. You know, this is what's really going on, and how people are going to react to that or how they're going to deal with that, it will be up to them. But at least the truth will be out of the bag, so to speak. But it's falling apart. The media is worldwide falling apart. So I'd like to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye.